we're gonna start off with a pork belly that we did brisket style. Now, one of the things that we're gonna end up doing here is we're gonna cut it up into pieces. We're gonna try and make cubes of it. Now, don't make them too small. Make them around this size, give or take. Everything is going to be reduced down into nice little chicharron nuggets, if you will. So that's the end result right there. Look at that, guys. Looks pretty awesome, right? Yeah. Light up the match. Let's go ahead and start the process going. Now, one of the things that I want you guys to understand is that chicharrones has to be done with pork fat. That's just the way it is. We're going to go ahead and do 1 cup of it. Put it right in here. Make sure that you have a deep enough pan to go ahead and do this. Now, whenever you put the pork belly bits inside, right? Don't be discouraged when it comes to putting this thing in. And what I mean by that is that they're going to be looking pretty big in size, but as the cook moves along, they're going to shrivel up, they're going to shrink up a little bit, and then start getting that crunch action that we're all looking for. All right, salsa time. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a little bit, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves about 4 tomatoes. See that? 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so we're gonna get these 4 tomatoes, 3 serranos, and 1 jalapeno. I'm not too much of a big fan of a jalapeno, but it does add a little bit of flavor when you combine it with serranos. Now, make sure that these get nice and charred. That char, whether you guys believe it or not, it does give it a little bit of flavor, right? Now, the chicharrones are still working along. You can see how much in reduction in size they've gotten, right? But they're still not done yet. They don't have that nice golden brown color. But check it out. Give it a little bit of time. I want to say maybe about 15-20 minutes. Look at this. There we go. You see this color right over here? This is the color that you guys are wanting to look for. They need to be nice, golden, and a bit crisp, right? Always keep your pork fat. You never know when you're going to need it. But that's the color that you're looking for. You can still see the smoke ring a little bit. Now, everything seems to be done over here. The tomato's nice and soft. It's got a little bit of that char action. So now it's time to go ahead and put it into a blender. There you go. Now, if you guys aren't too big of fans when it comes to spiciness or whatever, you can remove the serranos, you can remove the jalapeno, whatever the case may be, So yeah, for us, we're used to it being spicy, so we put 3 serranos, 1 jalapeno, a little bit of cilantro, give it a little bit of extra flavor, and some lime juice right over here too. 1 full lime, if I remember correctly, 1 full lime. No salt yet, because remember, the pork has all the fat has all the saltiness and everything. So if you put salt into the salsa right now, it's going to be over salty. So just leave it as is, let everything do its work, and I promise you it's going to be great. Now it's time to go ahead and put the chicharrones in. They've rested for about 5 minutes or so. Put them back into the pan. There we go. Stir it up a little bit. There you go. Now it's time to put the salsa in here. Now, I want to be clear on something with you guys right now. Is that even though that it's nice and crispy, there you go. Add a little bit of water to it too. That way, everything can soften up a little bit. But I want to be clear with something. Even though it's nice and crispy and everything, the salsa is gonna the chicharrones are gonna absorb the majority of that salsa in there, especially when you add a little bit of water, just like we did right there. Now you're gonna let it simmer for quite a bit. I want to say maybe about 15 minutes or so, and then it got to this reduction. There you go. But no, some people are going to want this as is, but I like it a little bit more done. All right, and you see how that goes after about 10 minutes. There you go. See that? There we go. That's after about 10 minutes, so about 20-25 minutes total. This is the perfect thing that you want right here. Tortilla time, bro. Now you can get the paper or you can get the plastic bag, whichever one works. The key here is to do it over an open flame, right? You can do a microwave, but I feel that if you get the if you get the plastic version and you do a microwave, it'll taste like a lot of preservatives. So if the only option that you have is plastic, then just do it over an open flame. Now, you got to turn it with your hands, bro. Otherwise, your jefita might get mad at you, bro, for not using, your hands. That's how it is. Do it with your hands, even though it'll hurt a little bit. That's it. Once the chicharrones and tortillas and everything is done, it's time to plate it up. Normally, a lot of folks like to plate it up just as is, with a side of eggs, maybe a little bit of extra salsa or whatever. But not in here. We're going traditional. Boom. There you go. add some of that chicharron and add some of that chicharron en salsa right over here. Yeah, there you go. It gets stuck a little bit, but that's all right. But this is traditional, guys. Now, you can add your cilantro, your onion, or whatever you want. In this case, me personally, I like it this way, but that's how it is, guys. Look at this guy. Look at that. Fantastic. All right, guys. So we finally got so it's finally time to go ahead and get this taco right over here. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. First thing I want to tell you guys is that even though that we fried everything up, you know, and we got that nice crispy outer edges and everything, do not mistake it that it's just crunchy all over. It's nice, it's soft. I mean, look at this, guys. I'm not sure if you guys can capture. It's nice and it's soft. It's amazing. Now, when you put the salsa in there, it's gonna be pretty spicy, you know. So if you try and take a sip of it to try out, you know, see if it needs salt or whatever, it's gonna be pretty spicy. But after you add the water and you let it simmer for quite a bit, I think it was about 20-25 minutes or so, everything reduces down quite a bit. So don't worry about the spiciness, because it's definitely gonna come down. All that is gonna come down, but the flavor still stays the same, man. It's really amazing. If you want to add your cilantro, your onion, your lemon, or whatever, that's perfectly fine. For me, this is perfect. And I encourage you to go ahead and try the same. Now, if you want to add here and there or whatever as you go along, that's perfectly fine. But this, to me, is 100% perfect, guys. All right, guys, so that's what it is. Be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it. We'll go ahead and keep making videos like these. You can enjoy it. Please go ahead and like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Later, guys.